Hi guys, I promised a video a while back to show how these pumps work. So I bought these pumps from Pro Marine Supplies. This is the tabletop epoxy that I've been using on my cups over here. I find that these pumps work for me, and I'm going to show you how they work for me. Essentially, again, this is the 5-to-1 pump system. It's not the one that's made for this, because my understanding is that this is meant to be a tabletop epoxy. You mix the whole thing or large quantities and you pour it. But I find it works for me to mix them and to put them on my cups. So I'm going to show you. I used the regular pump that came in the 5-to-1 kit for the A part, which is the thicker part. And then the B part, I used the pump, the 5-to-1, but it wasn't long enough. So I went to Sally's, I got a $2 pump from Sally's. And then I used the extension that came on that pump, and I put it onto the end of this to make it longer. And I don't know, it works for me. So I just wanted to show you guys that. So essentially, I still have to measure. I know that other epoxy companies, they have pumps. My understanding is that they pump an equal amount. Unfortunately, that's not the case here, but I've been mixing using a measuring cup forever now, so it's not a big deal for me to continue doing it. Would be convenient, but it's just what I have so far. So I'm going to show you. This one here, obviously part B, is not very thick, so it's not very difficult to pump out. So usually it's about 2-3 pumps, and I've got my 10 mils. For a cup this size, well, most of my cups I'll mix 10 mils of each for a total of 20 mils, and it works for me. So I'm looking here, it's about 10 mils, maybe a little bit over. So I'm going to go ahead and dump this out of my little cup. Bear with me here. I get very particular about this because I get every little bit out to make sure that I've got an very equal amount. Make sure it cures properly. And I don't get any stickiness. Right? Okay. All right. That's pretty good. So that's my little mixing cup, obviously. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this one. It is more difficult. So you'll see if I push hard, it does come out, okay? What I've been doing is I put it near my turner like this, and then I just use both my hands and I push. Now the reason that I do this, I know it's going to look like it's a lot more work than it actually is. I broke my wrist last November, so my right wrist is not very strong. That's the only reason I do this. I think for most people, you probably have the strength to do this without struggling as much as I do, but I'm a little bit wimpy. So this is how I do it. Oops, bending the pump a little bit here. I'm not at the actual angle that I normally would do this, so bear with me. And I'm almost there for my 10 mils. See, it wasn't that difficult at all. No spillage. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this down to make sure. Perfect. So I've got my 2 parts. There you go.